you at the beginning of the show. This is the Bernini. It is a no kink metal garden hose with a flex end. I'm going to tell you all about the flex end. It's got the power coupler on it. So you know what that means? It's never, when you turn the water on full blast, going to come flying off and you end up with a big wet mess. They also will not kink. They are virtually indestructible, and they have the new flex end. So that flex end means that you're going to have a really easier time doing a lot of cleaning. So we're going to do this, we have a 50 feet and we have a 75 feet. That 50 feet is going to be $54.98, 4 easy payments of $13.74. And then if you want to do the 75 foot, we have 4 easy payments of $19 and change. Okay, I'm going to take you through this, but really quickly, before we do anything else, I do want to go through the colors with you. We have it in black. Here it is in our silver, and this is referring to, everything is going to be just the natural metal color. I'm referring to the flex end and that coupler. Here it is in red, we have it in green, and we have it in blue. I want to say hello to John Yiser, who is the inventor of everything Bernini. Hi, John, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
John, if you were here and it was still acceptable, I'd give you a big hug. Can I tell you how much I have used this hose over the last 2 weeks as I'm planning everything from Roberta's and Cottage Farms? John, I had 250 feet hooked together yesterday, 100 feet through my front yard. And what I love about it is that you can't kink it. It never gets heavy. I'm gonna just keep walking. It's so lightweight. John, how did you come up with this? It's awesome.
Actually, the idea was originally my daughter, Aubrey. She said, Dad, all those fabric hoses and the other hoses, they all break and pop. Can't we just make one out of metal? So sure enough, we made one out of stainless steel. Now, you might think that stainless steel is going to be difficult to manage. It might actually be hard to work with. It's actually more flexible than a standard garden hose. It's actually easier to work with and cooler to the touch when it's left out in the sun. And you can leave it out year-round. The sun will not affect it. It's UV resistant. Leave it out in the freezing cold. Leave it out year-round. It'll be just fine. But the best part is the most ergonomic spray nozzle you could ever imagine on a garden hose comes included. It's like a 2-foot-long ergonomic spray nozzle. And what that means is if you have dexterity issues in your hands, it's difficult to hold on to, you're going to love this because you can shape it to exactly what you want to reach areas that are hard to get to. So, for example, my car right here, if I want to reach up real high, I shape the nozzle, easy to hold on to, and I can actually reach up really high to be able to get areas that normally would be difficult. You need a step stool to get to, not anymore with the easy reach. Or if I come down here, I don't have to get on my knees or get down low to be able to wash down low. And I'm going to go over here and hit a hanging basket because watch how easy this is. I come up, I can reach a hanging basket with ease without getting up on a step stool. That's the benefit. Everything in the metal garden hose, but with the easy reach feature to be able to get anywhere around your yard.
And John, we actually have a cut of video that shows this as well. I love this hose because it is so lightweight. And I just pulled out about, oh gosh, I think I pulled out a good 50 feet right here, if not a little more. But you can see this is that flexi grip that you were talking about, the flex end. It makes a giant difference.
Exactly. It does. It's literally like an ergonomic spray nozzle built into your hose. So imagine the best spray nozzle you could ever have built into the hose. You can use your own spray nozzle if you want, but this one allows you to do things you could never do with a regular spray nozzle. Bend it in any shape. You can even flex it into the shape of a sprinkler. So if you're walking out in your yard and you want to set it down because there's a dry spot, flex it in the shape of a sprinkler, set it down, and you have an instant sprinkler. I mean, it's endless, the things that you can do with the new spray nozzle that comes with it.
And John, you know, as someone who has been using this literally every day, I never thought I could be so excited about a hose because frankly, hoses have always been kind of a pain, right? Like, you know, John, I don't know what, I'm gonna actually just sit here and wind this up as I talk to you. Look how fast, look how easy. If this were one of the old green hoses, oh wait, hang on, operator area here. If this were one of the old green hoses, I would, oh, John, you know what I did? I got it off the thing, but here we go. If this were one of the old green hoses, it would be so heavy. The fact that you can just very easily pick this up. And this year, my husband left one of our Bernini hoses on the side of the house for the entire winter. I did not know. You know, we took it out this, I was looking for it this spring, we found it on the other side of the house. Nothing happened to it. They are virtually indestructible, and they're so lightweight. Oh, I love that you're rubbing it on a, what is that, cactus?
I know. So we normally have our jaws of death, the bed of nails that we show. So we decided to do it California style. So we have
Nice.
this cactus you do not want to touch. Okay. Now we're just trying to show, try doing this with a fabric hose, any kind of a jacketed hose or a fireman hose. It won't work. They'll pop because the thorns on here and the needles are so strong. Any type of cactus you do it on, it's not going to be affected. I mean, I'm rubbing this all over. You would not want to touch it. So even after rubbing it all through the cactus right there, the water is going where we want it, which is out the other end of the nozzle. And again, it comes with the easy reach. Watch what happens when I reach this out. Look at the distance. So my hand's back here. It is literally the most ergonomic nozzle you could ever have, and it comes with it attached to the hose. And not only that, you can wind it. It has a complete adjustable spray pattern, so that you can adjust it to a nice fine mist. So it has the jet spray and the fine mist, all comes included. But again, all included to give you this ergonomic style that doesn't exist on any other hoses. We wanted to make this specifically for QVC so you can enjoy one of the best hose nozzles and hoses all in one.
Well, you know, John, just the fact that I can pull 100 feet of hose across my yard, picking it up is easy. I mean, here's 50 feet right here. Imagine if I was trying to even pick up 100 feet of that old hose. It's so lightweight.
Oh, exactly.
Look how small. I love the fact that as I'm carrying it through, pulling it through the yard and water's, you know, spraying, that it doesn't get heavy. If you left this in the driveway and you accidentally ran over it, it would be fine. It's not going to split or crack because it was sitting in the sun. As I mentioned, ours sat outside all winter, and you know what? It didn't even cause a fight between me and my husband because it was just fine. It really is such a great hose. John, I do have a question for everyone at home though. Can
Sure.
I hook to, I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask you, can I hook to 50 feet together? Can I hook to 75 feet together? How long could I make this?
Okay, so I'm winding up right now a 50-foot hose on a reel. You can connect as many as you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect, there's 50 feet I just wound up. I'm gonna connect another one. If you have last year's Bernini hose, they're interchangeable. You can use it with this hose, not a problem. Now I'll have 100 feet of hose wound up on this reel. And again, like you mentioned, try doing this with a standard hose. We all know the problem with them. You wouldn't have done it that easy. So put as many as you want together on a standard reel, you'll love it.
Well, just the fact that you're able to quickly crank that hose back in versus the struggling to get it around. And unfortunately, I don't have any running water on this set, but normally, you know, we do, and we talk about, you know, we're doing things a little differently right now, but normally we put this hose through this thing called the torture track. I don't even want to touch this, but basically with all of these nails, I can go like this, and you know what doesn't happen? The hose is indestructible. I could still water my flowers with a hose running through nails. That is really the difference. You know, when I was first going to present this earlier this year, like a month or so ago, I said to my husband, oh, I'm presenting that hose today. Do you really like it, right? John, my husband gave me his own QVC presentation at the kitchen island, telling me all the reasons he loved it. Like, until you have this hose, you cannot overstate how much better it is. All right, you've got yours all tied up like a pretzel.
Well, yeah, see, here's the thing is one of the reasons all other hoses, you always hear kink free, kink resistant, all that kind of stuff. This one is a no kink. Now watch this. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna just show you how many we're going through. I'm probably at about 15, 20. I believe by the time we get through here, I'm at 68 knots, and I'm pulling them tight. Now the reason I'm doing that is to show you that even with all of these knots in there, you do not have to worry about getting a kink because the flow does not change. So never again do you ever have to worry about a kink in a hose, ever.
And not only that, you don't have to worry about a kink in the hose. You have that new flex end, which is awesome for doing things like those hanging plants, gutters. You can make your own sprinkler basically with it. Oh, there she is doing the gutters right now. I love this for getting under the wheel well of the car with that flex end. And oh, there's that little torture track. Basically, it is the hose that is more lightweight, easy to manage. You can drag this across the yard. Oh, perfect for RVers, right? Because no one in RV wants to take 100 feet of that old green hose. So lightweight. And the other thing too is when we talk about being stainless steel, it is also going to be UV resistant. I don't have to worry about those vinyl hoses that now crack, right?
Correct. They plasticize. That's why they go bad. All other hoses will actually deteriorate, fabric or rubber or PVC. Metal garden hose actually can be left out year-round. It will not plasticize. Also cool to the touch. It's hot out in San Diego right now. You can leave this out all day. It'll cooler to the touch than a standard hose. And I want to show you something else. Again, we showed it winding up on a reel. This hose storage container is available at QVC. Watch how easy I can store a garden hose. If I set this down here like that, I set it in like this, instantly I have stored my hose, and look how nice that looks.
Oh, I like that. How much hose, how many feet of hose can I stick in that? I might go look at that on .com.
That'll hold 150 feet of the Flex End garden hose.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out on QVC.com. Okay, so we have it in black, we have it in gray, here, or silver we're calling it, red, green, and blue. 75 feet is more popular right now than the 50, so if you want that, please do not wait. Over 1,400 have been ordered. Listen, you have 90 days to love this or return it. Give it a try for 90 days. If you don't think it's the best hose you've ever used, just get your money back. We're fine with that. We just want you to love it. Okay, so now that you've done all that work, you've cleaned your car with the hose, you've watered your plants, now it's time to relax and chill with